say Shandahan, and you go Shandahan. He says, say Muhalama. You say Muhalama, whatever he's telling you. You have to listen to that voice of God. Remember the first step? Go to God. Listen to God. Do what he says. If you'll come to him now in your midst, in your heart, and listen to his unction, you'll have no problem. You'll open up your mouth to him in love. Just talk to him. If you can't get there, do it in English first. Hallelujah, Lord. I love you. I praise you. I worship you. I adore you. I extol you. I want you. Help me crucify my flesh. Help me crucify my flesh. You always deal with that flesh if we can't just crucify it. Shandalinda. Oh, Shandahina. Hisolahanda. Sanchamalahanda Balahina. Sotonamanehina. Shundahanda. Bilawasane. Shunamahanda. Hiramosa. Shundayamahina. Just give yourself there. You can sing it, songs and praises or songs. You can just talk it. Oh Lord, we love you. Lord, please pour your spirit upon them. Let it come, let what's up there come down and come in contact with what's in that central process unit tonight. So that we see the dunamis of God. So that we see what's coming upon, come in contact with what's within, and let it come out. Let it come out. Reach to the heaven. I mean, just reach up for him. It's a good way to crucify your flesh. Is lift some of the limbs. Put it up there. Stand up if you have to. Whatever you have to do. You need this breakthrough. This is crucial to your life, man. I promise you, this, if you get your hands on this, God can start speaking to you on a regular basis. He can download into that central processing unit whatever software he wants. You can read people's mail, speak into their lives. If the devil comes to you in that spirit world, if you'll learn how to yield to the Spirit, God can take your tongue and fight many battles that will never come your way. You'll never see that. You'll have no idea. I have no idea the things I'm spared from in the course of my day. I go through my day, I'm spared for all kinds of stuff I don't even know or see coming. Because I praise him on the way to work. I praise him on the way home. Shanda Handa Yila. You know, you're great, Lord. Hallelujah. I love you. That's a great start. Before you even, if you just have trouble, just hallelujah and I love you. Well, it's great. You tell God you love him, you got his ear. In English, Lord, I love you. You do that enough and build that relationship, he'll pour into you. He'll pour into you. Untaya Kanda. O Shalaminda, Yetalamunda, Ki Alamanda, Shanda Bahila, Konda Wasilaba, Shunda Lahinaba, Ki Anamia, Konda Lashilabahanda, Walasaka, Shomba Bahina, Konda Yakatamahia, O Yanahibo Lanakineba. Koshalamina Hande, Saboshana, Hide Hada Mosondo, Shanmo Holova, Shanmo Holova Tande, Shandakana Masapatanda, Sola Makahinda, Sola Makahinda, Shandora the Honda, Hulawana Hie. Lift your spirit, put your heart in your hand, and give it to God. He just told me this. Keep on, guys. Don't listen to me. I'll just be in the background. He said, Psalms 45:1. Oh, I know this, Lord. Listen to this, just in the tenderness of the moment. This is it. This is praying in the Spirit to God. Psalms 45:1 says, my heart. Jesus said, I was in their midst. He was in their heart, your innermost being, your core, your fiber, the thing that makes up who you are. My heart is overflowing with a good thing. I recite This is you speaking. I recite my composition concerning the king. You're going to recite your composition concerning the king, his matters, his affairs for your life. It says, my tongue is the pen of a ready writer. He's the ready writer. He's asking you to let your tongue be the pen. My heart is overflowing with a good theme. I recite my composition concerning the king. My tongue is the pen of a ready writer. Let him write for your life through your tongue. Anasana kahine, shobalatana, shabalahina, punamahana, salamatine, salamahunda, shikalamanda halana sinde bokoholo bakasande, shon mahala latinse, punamahi bokuwalahane, shanda bokuluse, shanda balahina, kanda pusa kachine, shobalahane. Develop it. Every chance you get, develop it. In your car. He understands it's a weird thing at first because you haven't been taught this. Nobody took you through grade school and said, if you'll give God your tongue, he'll take over a different dialect and deal with your situations that you don't know how to control. Because we think that we're so smart. We can get in our intellect, and we can get in our mind, and we can take what someone else gave us from grade school till now and apply it and change our dynamic shift of our life. Now you know that doesn't make sense. You can't do that. You have to just yield to him. This is part of trusting him. You're trusting him because this makes no sense. We got to be honest with you, this makes no sense. As you stay in it for a while, it does. Like sometimes I feel like I can tell when I'm doing war. When I'm doing war, man, I'm talking so fast, guys, you know what I'm saying? I can't even do it now just to show you. I mean, it's like, stuff's just flying out a million miles a minute. And there's no break until he lets up. Like, he'll come on me and he'll just, man, whoo, you know? And I'm just trying to encourage you. Don't watch me like this. I'm not so much right now. Huh?
I mean,
come on, man.
Oh my gosh, brother, you're killing me. Brother, so you're saying that if people are blessed with tongues, and then some aren't. Well, you're saying that everybody here is blessed with tongues.
No.
Well, you're saying that tongues can be developed.
Yeah, we're not even talking about tongues. We're just trying to pray in Scripture. You're trying to edify yourself before God.
So when I pray with God, and I'm praying out loud, Father, do you hear me? And I'm praying, and I'm all into it, and my neighbors are thinking like that man's lost his damn mind. So, what are you saying, brother? Are you saying because I have to speak in like Japanese or something?
You don't have to do any of this. That's one thing.
I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
No, I know.
I'm trying to grasp this.
Listen, I love you, man.
I love you too, brother. But I'm like,
this is what you
I keep staring at the door over there. I'm going, what did you do?
I've been waiting on you for 20 minutes, but you've been hanging there because the Lord's had you planted there trying to figure this out. Seriously, He's been holding you down because He's like, hey, you got to get this. Here's the deal. No, you don't have to. God's a gentleman. He's not going to force anything on you. The thing is, if you want, Jesus says what? This is what if you want to achieve this in your life, He says, be holy for I'm holy. If you actually want to walk in a holy life, you'll have to yield to something that's stronger than what we can figure out. See, I can't really control my life. I can control it to a degree, but there's parts I just can't figure out. I can't make my wife right.
How much time do you spend with Him?
With the Lord?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to know 24/7, man.
Okay.
I'm that fanatic guy. That's why it works. Honestly, though, and you can pull my wife to the side and say, "How much time do I spend?" When I wake up, and this again, I didn't want to turn into look what I do. This is not about look what I can do.
First thing to say is good morning, guys.
First thing in the morning, first thing Scripture. I'm the guy that gets up and makes the. I make the sandwich. We both work. We get up at 6 a.m. I go in the kitchen and I pack my lunch and her lunch while she showers and gets ready, because she leaves before me. Take her out the door, then I go get showered and get my butt out the door real quick. I do lunch. So when I get up in the morning, I have an older phone, but it works on Wi-Fi around the house. So I take it in the kitchen, I put it on that Scripture going. I've been in 1 Peter for a while. I was in Ephesians for a while, now He's got me in 1 Peter. So I got that thing playing while I'm making sandwiches and all that, right? In the shower, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. You get your best revelations. If you guys are getting them or having them, you know what I'm talking about. And I've asked the Lord, I think it's that cleansing. You know, he talks about the cleansing? It's the washing of the water with the Word. If you put the Word in, it's the silliest thing, bro. You'll experience it. You know what I'm talking about? You've already had it? Yeah, you get in the shower. What is it about that thing? I'm just getting real with us, you know? Something he wanted, and all of a sudden, man, if I could record the sermonettes I get in the shower, man, I'd be Mozingo. The stuff he gives me there is wow, and I'm putting it together, well, wow, you know, and you get out and you can't remember what. But, you know, but it's awesome. It's phenomenal stuff. So he'll download stuff into you like that. Then on the way to work, I actually have, I'm on the motorcycle today, so I have this thing. But I have this thing in my car, it sits up there, I plug it in, scripture's playing. All the way to work. And I had to wean myself. I love music. I drum. You guys have been here, you know, I used to drum. So I've been in music all my life. Been drumming since 5 years old. So I was heavy in music scene. And that's the thing. I had to crucify my flesh. God didn't say you have to do this. But I knew if I wanted to get to a level where I wanted my wife to be perfect and my life to be, for the most part, perfect. You know, I don't have problems. They don't come. I don't allow them. When the devil comes, I get after him. I've got to a level with God where I've learned to trust him enough. I don't let the devil see my back. Being real, I don't turn and run from him. You know there's a spot in Scripture, I'm going to challenge you. Find this spot. I'll give you a hint. It's in Isaiah. That helps, okay? You don't have to go. If you got the phone, you can close. It actually says this. It says that when Satan gets exposed, okay, we, the saints who judge, are going to look at him. And it says you will narrowly look upon him and go, are you kidding? Is that the man? Is that the one? Has anybody found this before? Yeah. It says that. You're going to narrowly look upon him and go, is that the one that made the nations crumble? Like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. That little nothing, because we fell for the lie. The lie is the power. The only thing is powerful is to bruise your heel. But he comes up and takes over our lives. We don't know how to handle it. And, I mean, if you're super educated in Scripture and all this, whatever, you'll have a better chance. But you're not going to go to 3 seminaries and all this kind of stuff. The best way to do it is to what? Go to God. Listen to what he says. Do what he says. He just told you here. Jesus said, God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in the Word. The more we watch with the Word, the more it'll take over. But for now, let me come back to you and say, man, listen, this didn't happen to me for years. I was just in my house, hallelujah, praise it, and the Lord heard every word. You keep doing that. He builds you. He pulls you along. Once you get under his protection and covenant, you know, he'll pull you along. Don't turn to the right. Don't turn to the left. Keep your eye here.
He's been pulling me along for like 2 years straight.
Hurry up and wait.
Mornings, nights,
you know?
Afternoons.
But the best, you know.
If you're talking to me, I may be in another world because I'm listening to him.
Listen, you're in a great situation, man. You are doing everything right. And I encourage you highly, yeah. This was just to teach how to get a little more advanced over our flesh.
But I think that the thing is you got to listen, you know? You really
listen.
got to listen. I went to this Bible study. I got down here 3 years ago, and I went down and I said, you know what? I don't know what it is, but the Father, he wants me to go to this men's retreat all the way up in Maryland, and I cannot figure out why. Guess what? I ended up going to the men's retreat because he wanted me to go, so I went. It's about listening. It's about listening to the Father all the time. You know, I tell people, this is what I tell people all the time. I say this, you know, if you're struggling in faith, you're in the faith, whatever you got going on, from the moment you wake up, good morning, Father God, to the moment you go to bed, good night, Father God, you got to pay attention to the walk. You got to listen to the walk. You got to listen to the Father. Everything that happens with you is going on for a reason in your walk.
Amen.
It's not just happening like, hey, you know what, down to Duffy's for a couple of ribs. There's a reason why I'm going to Duffy's for a couple of ribs. Everything that goes on is happening for a reason.
Everything is. Now, here's the thing. I want to leave you with this. Flesh and blood, so your most highest intellect and your best understanding, God said, cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven. So just, I want you to think on these. I'm pushing you. I know I'm pushing you. I'm pushing you on purpose. I'm challenging you on purpose so you'll go home and go, what's the guy talking about, man? No matter what. You know? He says, flesh and blood cannot inherit this. And he said, there's a part in there about your infirmities. He said, a lot of times we don't know how to pray for as we ought, but the Spirit prayeth for us.
and make an intercession, and he says exactly this, with groanings that you just I can't utter. I don't know how to tell you what these groanings are. They can't be uttered. But don't push yourself into it. That's a weird thing. You're doing everything right. I was you. I just chill, keep begging the Lord. And one day you're just gonna open up and you're gonna go, oh my gosh, where was that? What was that? Where'd that come from? Because you're doing everything right. And if you never do, who cares? I mean, you're not living a good, prosperous life. I mean, it's not something you have to do.
Why are we here? You know why we're here? We're going to save as many souls as possible.
Many souls as possible. If you want to do spiritual warfare, because that's what this course is about, right? You guys been learning about spiritual warfare. That's the topic here. If you want to do spiritual warfare, you'll have to command them in the spirit. You cannot do spiritual warfare in your natural English native tongue.
It's just like
that's the fact.
You can't dream if you're not asleep.
Yeah, you're not asleep. But you cannot. Right. To take authority over that spirit realm, you'll have to deal with it in the spirit. And listen, Jesus said, my ways are higher than your ways. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts. That's why when we try to think about this, it will not make sense. I spent 10 years in church and it did not make sense. And I watched my dad do it fluently and I thought, he's a Fruit Loop. You guys know Bob Allen, right? Most of you know it. I thought, man, he is a man. My dad is, woo, man. Because he'd get going, he'd give words in church, run up front, and God drop a word on him. He's really cool. But when you start to walk in it, you understand. It just builds up on your faith. And it's never wrong. Like, don't move out if he doesn't call you. But when the unction comes, if you'll trust him to move out and do whatever or say whatever he says, even if it doesn't make sense, I'm telling you, God honors himself and glorifies his name every time. And listen, when I first started, did I do a few dumb things or make a few mistakes? Sure. Does a baby not fall? You're not perfect. You don't expect to be Mr. Perfect and walk out and just, you know, just chill, man. Like Todd said Sunday, just chill.
It could be something simple. It could be something simple like praying on somebody.
Absolutely. We're not trying to be production. God didn't want it to turn into
2 days ago, I ran into this guy. His girlfriend is going to marry. He's got brain cancer, the whole 9 yards. And I don't know why. I'm in a crowd of people, and I'm just like, well, you know, I gotta pray for her. What's her name? And then I went home, and I kind of forgot about it. God said, hey, you remember what you said? And
That's right.
And I went through the next day, and God said, hey, remember what you said?
See that? It's working.
So I said, all right, Father, I'm going to pray for her right now.
I'll tell you what, listen, you will start honoring your word. Like I told him I'd be here weeks ago. Terry sent me a text, hey, you coming to that thing? If I tell you I'll be somewhere, or whatever, just like this man, he said he'd pray for him, you know what? You're going to honor your word, because once you start following God, he's going to hold, the word is everything. Yeah. Your world you live in was fashioned by the word of God. He took utter darkness and said, let there be light. You realize there was nothing, it was a black abyss. The word is what's crucial today, and the spoken word with a dominant force is what's missing. We're soft Christians, man. And listen, the reason I'm coming down kind of hard, you're the men. You've got to get this, because you can't expect the little ones and the toddlers and your wife. We have to know how to walk like he did with that, I'm going to pray for her, and God reminded him that, hey, you said you're going to pray for her. We honor that word. When you give a word to God, you honor it. So just work on this. I'm just trying to encourage you to work on this. If you want to battle the spirit realm, you'll have to deal with it in the spirit realm. But you're not doing. There's no pressure on you. Just yield to him. Learn to take that CPU and say, all right, we'll download some software too. And you know what might happen? You guys might actually dream about this stuff. You might go home and you see yourself in front of a crowd and just praying for him in tongues. You don't know what. I don't know what might happen to you. If you'll ask God, help me understand, or he might just show you a different image. We're all, remember the beginning? We're all wired different. That's what you have to understand. Because everybody wants to go, well, all right, I see Mozingo, and I need to be just like that. Well, that's Todd Mozingo. Unless your name's Todd Mozingo, you're not going to be just like that. That's why, listen, he says clearly, Paul says clearly, hey, some are an arm, some are this. I'll be a finger, it doesn't matter. One of those guys said, I'd rather, if I'm a doormat in the house of the Lord, I'm happy. You see what I mean? Everybody's not a leg, everybody's not a foot. But we have to, you have to be a leg, I have to be an arm, this one has to be a foot, and we have to come together to make a body. So no one try to be the other person. Try to be who you are before Christ. Yes, sir.
That's one of the churches that's pretty pertinent on 1 Corinthians 14, chapter 14, verse 14. It says, for if I pray in an unknown tongue, my spirit prays. We all have a spirit. But my understanding is unfruitful. Just know when you do that, it's your spirit praying.
It's your spirit.
We all have spirits, so this is a chance for us with ours. We have understanding. You know what praying with understanding is?
Yeah.
It's our understanding
Yeah.
English language.
Exactly.
Spirit praise is our understanding is fruitful. That's our spirit praying.
Yeah, don't let your understanding get in the way of it. Just relax. And I don't think you got to worry. Listen, I think we'll just come. God, you'll see. You'll see. You just relax. You're doing everything right. I want to commend you on what you're doing.
Well, no, I mean,
Yeah.
I've had some people, people pray on you, and they'll be like, hey, you got the power of speaking in tongues. I'm like,
That's the point.
if I get the power of speaking in tongues, then I'll do the power of speaking in tongues. Everybody has a spiritual gift.
Yeah. Now,
My spirit
by the time we teach on that, there's a difference there in Corinthians, what he's talking about. We're just talking about praying. This is not for the church. This is not you in the church giving a word that someone's supposed to interpret. This is nothing tonight was about that. This is about you just by yourself with God, letting Him come up out of you with whatever He has to handle. He wants to take care of affairs on your behalf.
But you gotta be like all about it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've prayed, and all of a sudden I'm just like, oh wow, I think I'm gonna cry. And am I gonna cry? Yep, I'm gonna cry. And here it comes, I'm gonna cry. And if I hold back from crying, God's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
You're
see?
supposed to cry. So cry. So
Same thing.
So I mean, I'm just listening to what he's telling me, and every time I go, I'm pulling on the brakes. He's like, no, come back this way.
Listen, if you guys get nothing else tonight, and I know you got a lot of stuff to do tonight, I understand that. But if you'll just do that first thing, what he just said, go to God, say, Dad, what do you want? Listen and do it. Don't sit and think about it. Don't debate with him. Just do it. If he's God, whatever he tells you is going to be for your good. All things work for the good of those that love the Lord, called according to purpose. All right, we got to get out of here. Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you
I know you want to
a
substitute.
quick listen story.
Mhm.
I got married 4.5 years ago. We went on a cruise. Before we went to the boat, we stopped at a Walgreens. And pulling in the parking lot, there was a guy sitting up on the sidewalk right up against the store. And he had a cell phone. He had something plugged in there, but it kind of looked like he was homeless. And God told me, He says, go in there and talk to that guy. Oh my God, this is this.
We always do that. Why we do that?
So when I came out of the store, I am not kidding you. Oh, it was getting ready to storm. I mean, downpour, crazy amount of rain. I came out of the store, boom, it was raining. And I was still there, but I wasn't focused on that. I was focused on getting through the rain. And you know, I was on that cruise for a week. I could not stop thinking about that guy. I was like, why didn't I talk to that guy? I couldn't really enjoy anything on that cruise. I was so focused on that. So we got off the cruise, came out of the van. You know, I went to the same store, pulled in the parking lot. I said to my wife, I said, oh my gosh, look at that. There he is. She's just, what are you talking about? I said, listen.
Had you not been obedient, he wouldn't have been there, you know.
What are you talking about?
He was set there for you, man.
He was there for you.
He was set there for you.
So I sat down there. I said, look, man, I don't know you. I said, but I'm just coming here because I just want to talk to you. God just told me to come over here. I want to hear something about your story. How did you get here, right? I don't know. Go there. I don't know how long I'm going to be. So I sat there for about 10 or 15 minutes and just talked with this guy. The whole way home, we drove. I just kept thinking about him. We got off the highway. I said to my wife, stop the car. We pulled in and parked around in the front. She says, what's wrong? I said, I don't know. I just got to pray for that guy. I feel like I should have just imparted the word in him. I was questioning the Spirit about the things I had even done. But as soon as I prayed and I gave that back to the Lord and realized that it was Him that moved me, it wasn't me, and just did that, I had peace about knowing that guy.
But you hear the process he went through for God to train and teach him? See, we don't want the process. We just want to come to Christ and instantly be, I'll keep using Thomas Eagle because, overnight. There's some learning curves. There's a process. And you'll walk away from some divine appointments and have God has to deal with you. It's not that He's trying to teach you. When He deals with you, He's teaching you. The children He loves, He chastens or chastises. Does it not say that? So he pulled him on his heart until he came back. He put the guy back there to give him a chance. All that is training, and you guys all have your own story with that exact thing.